First of all, let me congratulate you on finishing the book. Yay! You are done with your last book for the year. That is definitely worth celebrating. Take yourself out for ice cream, go read another book, do something to celebrate the wonderful, beautiful weather that I'm sure you are having right now because it's spring, unless you're taking this at some other point of the year. If that's the case and it's snowing, then I'm sorry for you, but go throw a snowball. I don't know. Do something to celebrate because you're done. What I wanted to talk about with this video before I send you off for a wonderful summer of happiness or whatever season of happiness you're in is the idea that at the end of this book, I think one of the things I expected the first time I read this book is for everything to kind of end happily. I mean, that's what's supposed to happen, right? You watch movies like Remember the Titans, and suddenly everything's just great. Everybody gets along, the families like each other, the school is totally integrated, and everything's wonderful. But Melba's life isn't like that. In all actuality, she pulled out of the school. She had a lot of trouble the rest of her life. She's still kind of battling this race issue a little bit even now. It was something that was just a part of her life, and is a part of her life, I'm sure. I don't know her personally, but I'm guessing it's still a part of her life. And I think that this actually, I mean, recognizing that it is a true story and you can't really lie about the facts, it's actually one of the things that made the book very relatable for me when I stepped back from it. When I look at most stories, I think, man, they should just totally end everything and make it perfect. But when I look at this, the fact that this story doesn't end in a kind of comfy, cozy way, it's more relatable to me because my life isn't like that. Very rarely do the challenges and temptations and trials I have to overcome just end with a nice little, pretty box with a little bow on it that I can just put away under my Christmas tree or whatever, if that metaphor makes any sense to you. But I found it even more relatable. I hope that you enjoyed the book and that you found it relatable as well, even though you're not, as far as I know, living through a civil rights movement. If you are, good luck. I'm assuming you're not. So assuming that you're not living through the civil rights movement currently, I hope that this book was still relatable to you. I think that it can be very relatable in terms of fighting your personal battles. If the enemy in this book becomes a symbolic force instead of a literal one, I think that all of us go through trials where we're trying to kind of fight for who we are and for what we want to become when we feel like the entire world is against us. And more to the point, I think all of us really want what we imagine to be a normal life. We want to have families, or we want to get an education, or we want to have friends, we want to go to the wrestling match. We want to have all of those experiences that are defined as normal, and sometimes that doesn't quite work out, but it doesn't necessarily make the desire any less real for us. I hope that you enjoyed this book and that you learned something from it, partly because it is a true story and it's a story that ought to be told, and partly because of the power of perseverance and of working towards your goals. On that note, whatever your educational path leads for you in future, if that means that I'll see you again in another class next year, or if you're heading off towards greener, brighter, or more different pastures, I wish you the very best of luck. It has been an honor being your teacher, and I hope that you have enjoyed this class. Have a good day.